Hey, Ben.
Hi.
So I thank you for recording with me tonight. I've asked you to record something like a podcast, although what I'm going to do with this audio is put it on YouTube.
Yeah, no problem.
So Ben is my son. He has been a frequent contributor. I was going to say guest, but more like a contributor to the Zer0 Books podcast, and before that, even more often, the Diet Soap podcast.
Soap.
Yeah, over the years. Starting from like when you were, 14, and you're 21 now?
I guess that's correct, yeah.
I mean, I've been doing podcasting even a little longer than that, but I don't think I involved you until you were, till after your bar mitzvah.
That's right. If I had one of those, it would have been after it.
I even used the wrong, because you wouldn't have had a bar mitzvah, would you?
What is the bar mitzvah? Wait,
bar
there's
mitzvah?
A difference between those?
Yeah, I think the bar mitzvah is for the girl.
Oh, I didn't know that there were two terms.
Or bat mitzvah, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyway,
it doesn't matter.
You didn't have one of those because we're not Jewish, despite everything that would indicate that we are.
The fact that
I'm a Marxist, the fact that your name is Ben.
That's what I was going to say. Anyway.
All right. So, so the reason we're talking is because I just hit 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. And looking around on YouTube, I noticed that people will often post a video when they hit 25,000 subscribers, or when they hit 50,000 subscribers, or when they hit 30,000. I don't know. When they hit a number or 100, that's the big goal for me, is 100,000.
Right.
Once I get to 100,000, I'm just gonna charge everyone $1 and leave. Anyway, I wanted to thank everybody who is a subscriber to the YouTube channel, and then do another traditional thing, which is that you people will read comments from their YouTube videos and answer them. And I thought, well, that would be something to do to celebrate 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. Anyway, I thought you'd be on here to help me come up with answers or respond to these comments.
Sure, I'll listen to them. I've seen some of the comments in your videos before.
Yeah, well, these are from the most recent video. The intellectual dark web is a bad sign. And yeah, so there's some comments on here, and I'll start at the top. Hello, Douglas Lane. Please refrain from using the sun from Teletubbies in future videos. It freaks me out. That baby is not normal or good, I suspect. Anyway, great video as always. Keep up the good work. I really actually can't promise to refrain from using the sun from Teletubbies in future videos. I like the Teletubbies sun. I
think it's a wholesome kind of thing, more than anything else.
I don't think the Teletubbies are in any way wholesome.
I
always thought that they were a very bad sign for Western culture when they arrived on the scene.
Because they got TVs? Is it because they got TVs in their belly?
It's their TVs in their belly. The fact that it's... Well, first of all, the big controversial thing about the Teletubbies when they came out back in the 90s when you were a little baby was that it was television aimed at pre-verbal kids. It was television created for infants.
Right, I guess it was, yeah.
And that seemed maybe like a bad thing.
Now they can watch that, but it's created by robots on their iPads.
Yeah. So anyway, though, I won't refrain from using the Teletubbies because how else will I, perfect my brainwashing techniques?
Right.
Then the next comment. There are so many flaws and misrepresentations here, it almost seems intentional. That was a super hypocritical closing statement about the intellectual dark web. The closing statement was, they're just not prepared to tackle all of, enough of intellectual history to really solve some of the problems they're presenting for themselves and for people. And that's why they're not, they're a bad sign, because they are thoroughly bourgeois, is what I meant to say, but didn't
who were you talking about? Who?
Well, like Sam Harris and
Right.
Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro.
Oh, okay. So, I'm
The
sorry.
intellectual dark web. Like, for instance, there was this debate between Sam Harris and Jordan Peterson about the role of mythology in society and
Right.
how to overcome superstition.
And it's obvious whose position was what.
Sam Harris was on the side of rationality.
Yeah.
And, you know, what he said was, once all the Muslims are dead, we will be able to...
Right.
No, he didn't say that. It's a pretty interesting debate in some ways, but I think that you'd have to go back a little bit and rethink, go back through probably the 19th century. Because what happens is people just skip over Hegel and Marx, and then they act confused and become, you know, either analytic philosophers or postmodernists. They deny the revolutionary potential of the dialectical logic of Hegel and Marx.
They never become the right kind of materialist.
That's right. But soon they will.
Right.
Once we take over, comrades. Yeah, when they read my novel.
That's right.
Once they get past revolution. There's the next one. Still can't wrap my head around the left who vilifies Sam Harris. Keep eating away at your best advocates.
Are they saying that Sam Harris is an advocate of the left?
That's right. Like we're part of the circular firing squad because we criticize. I mean, I'm not even vilifying Sam Harris.
No.
Because we criticize Sam Harris for being bourgeois.
Sam Harris is not actually on our side.
And not up to the task of overcoming the contradictions of capitalist society. All right, moving on.
It's apparently very important to not criticize, you know,
No, you can't criticize Sam Harris. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Right.
Now, the next comment. You falsely equate acting upon a theory with acting according to observable reality. If I act according to observable reality, but I don't act upon a theory, then...
What does that mean?
Well, I guess I'd be acting on sort of like stimulus response instinct.
That's right. I mean, like a really simple animal, like a jellyfish or an oyster or something.
Yeah, I think even my cat has like a few theories rattling around in her head.
There are animals probably where you only base off the stimulus from the outside world, I guess. So we could be like them.
Yeah, because they don't even act on their own initiative. They're not internally driven
Right.
at all. It's just like they sit there.
And if a person gets... Like, if you get burned by a hot pan, if you accidentally touch a hot pan, you will move away from it very fast. Faster than you consciously are able to think about it.
Okay. So so he's right. If I act as though, like, jerking your hand away from a hot stove is theory-laden, I may be incorrect. I'm probably incorrect.
Yeah, it's probably incorrect.
All right, well, Ben, can you give me any advice here on how to close out one of these videos that you do when you do these videos?
I think I'd end with, yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay, well, I guess that's it.